Hey guys, this is Killrob speaking, and today we are starting a new little Let's Play of a new game that just was released. And I'm actually playing this about a week before the game is actually released on Steam, because the developer contacted me and like, oh, you look like a channel that is doing some Tycoon-y things. And I was like, yeah, that's accurate. Not only on my channel, but also IRL. But that is something he noticed too. So it's like, oh yeah, automation looks cool. And I concur. It does look cool. But we are not here for that. We're here to play Startup Freak. It is a, let's say, it's a proper Tycoon game. You are playing a software developer company that is making a certain kind of software, and you have to write the architecture for that software and manage your team and become a millionaire. And that sounds all good. Let's see if it actually accomplishes that. This is pretty close to the version that will be going into early access, so whatever you see here will be probably pretty close to the release version, even though this is 1 week ahead of time. Alright, let's get into it. New game. Well, this certainly looks exactly like me, apart from the hair. It's a very accurate description of my looks. So now we can set the, well, first, let's see. There are 3 different scenarios in here that basically mark 3 different difficulties. And we are going to play it on easy mode because I don't want to spoil anything else. But also I would like this to be a bit of a tutorial for new players. It took me a few runs at it to be successful, and that was mainly because balance was horribly off and easy mode was like super hardcore ultra mode. As soon as you basically made one little mistake, you could pack your things and file for bankruptcy. So that is no longer the case. These issues have been resolved, but we're still going to play easy mode and see if we can beat the only high score set by me so far. Well, this is not a global thing, that's just a local thing. Anyway, you can change some basic appearance, and I think I'm going with something. This is really awkward. This is still really awkward. Developer knows about it. It is really awkward. I'm always starting like this. Operations definitely the least important thing to start out with. Sales and marketing important, but most important is, especially in this scenario, equal amounts of development and design. Of course you don't know that just yet, but I tell you. So, right, let's start up. Alright, here we go. It's raining, beautiful, and there's a quick little tutorial to start out with. But, so this is your software. The software that starts out. We are on a big map with borders over there, and this is the plane of features. I don't know if it's actually called that. I doubt it is, but yeah. So these are where you can build features or other things. And let's start out with our first feature. Features are separated into some technical aspects and design aspects, and you see the count down here, the score of it. I like to start out with a pretty strong one. It's already 4. That takes a little longer to start out with, but at the start we don't really have that much expenditures, so, well, why not? Future-proof your program. Invest a little effort into it, right? So once we have the design laid out, we just add it to the sprint. 1 sprint is basically a turn. This game runs turn-based, where 1 turn equals 1 week. Here we have our strengths, so we are basically on average adding 4 points to development, 4 points to design, 3 points to sale, and 1 point to operations per week. And this is our backlog. This is what is on our to-do list. Also, we can add these little things. And currently the only thing that is unlocked is infrastructure. That's kind of important. We need to have servers and shit. Indeed, our first goal is to create a minimum viable product before we can even sell something. All the scenarios, as far as I see, are based on subscriptions, user subscriptions. So that means that you're not selling the product per se, but you have monthly income from a number of users that have signed up to your service. And there we are, typing away. Yes, salary 10K. What? 10K? Killrob, you're not getting 10K. But before you can do anything, we have to go through the tutorial, which soon comes to an end. It's not too bad. So, of course, our features did take a little longer than expected, as they always do. That is development for you. 30%, next sprint, next week, 60%. Here we go. Oh, only made... Ah, this is slow. Come on. There we go. Okay, our first feature is complete. And with that, we only need to make 2 more features to have a minimum viable candidate. And now, this is our team. Now we can, after this mini tutorial, we can now change it. Killrob, you get nothing. You're not worth it yet. You need to work harder. But now we have this little feature. And, well, this is the only area we can see. And all this gray stuff outside, up to the actual borders here, will be possible to explore. And this is like the feature landscape, and sometimes you find requested features from users, and the further out you go in the fog of war, the further away you are from the center, at least it seems to be that case, the more complex these and bigger these requested features become, and the more powerful they are. So what we are going to try to do is to mainly go into a singular direction, and I think this will be either down or up or wherever. That's it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, let's plan the next feature. We need to develop another one of these. I like that kind of layout, so let's go with it. This is a little stupid. This covering up the add to sprint. Yeah, add to sprint. So, there it is done. Features 2 out of 3. Let's add 1 more. Oh, we have found a bug already. So little, and already a bug. Unfortunately, there are no customers just yet who would be pissed off about all the bugs. 2 features and 1 bug. It's a bad ratio. Oh, let's just build a third one of these and add it to the sprint. Alright, just fixed the bug after weeks of development. That is pretty weak source. One thing that is, that you can see here, is this feature requires equal amounts of design and actual technical development. And we had a bug to fix. So that took some capacity away from the development of that feature. So yeah, this is lagging behind, and now our design is actually being wasted. There we go. You've reached minimum viable product. Let's start preparing for the launch. Yes, indeed. So, this is still part of the tutorial. Now we have unlocked some branding, and do we want to do anything else here? We do want to get some marketing going. So why not try to start out with marketing social media? Oh, by the way, I should probably mention that we are producing an image sharing software, or rather platform. What I do want to make sure is that nothing gets wasted. Currently, these aren't unlocked yet. These are the operational features you can unlock. This is better office stuff. This is unlocking investors. This is quality of candidates, and this is a quantity of candidates to hire. Right, a new network topology is now available because we did research the network infrastructure. So you have to set up your own servers too, and currently our topology is rather shit. So yeah, 1 active data center with 1 server. Very powerful. Not. Load balance, so we can have more than 1 server and balance out the load in between. Let's research that. That takes a while, but that should be all good. And we should have it at launch, I believe. And this is our to-do list now for this milestone. Level 1 on any sales and marketing. Yeah, easy to achieve. We're currently researching that. We are over 50% done already. Okay. So marketing spending, $1,000 a month, and servers 1, and we must have set up our pricing. Well, let's set up the pricing first. Now, that's not the pricing, Killrob. The pricing is here. So, basic package. Our competitors are charging an average of $25 a month. This is kind of randomized for every game you play. I've already had it as low as like $10 a month and as high as 40, I believe. And yeah, so basic package. Let's see. If they are charging 25, then we might want to do something like 15, I believe. That sounds like a good idea. Let's add a plan, a new tier, and that's the premium plan. We have like 0 features, but no, free. But it's very premium. You get a very premium experience from this. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So how much would this cost? Probably slightly above what the average competitor takes, right? So let's go with $30. And then we add an ultra tier. And that one goes for $45 per month. Looks like a good pricing structure. And those are the optimal levels for these tiers are also randomized at the start of each game. So I don't know where they are going to be, but I think this is a nice spread to have set up so far, just this structure. And from there we can always optimize to optimize the numbers later on, the numbers of signups and happy customers in the correct packages. So now we have to wait until we have the speech bubble thing here up there. Marketing, social media marketing. So now I see that we will have a level up in this one and then overshoot a bit. But I don't want the overshooting stuff to go to waste. So what I'm going to do is to set up a bit of inbound marketing as well, so that this one takes half of it and this one takes half of it. You can add several tasks of these, and the effort will be split equally between them. What would be nice to have here is if you just by a simple click on some side field or something could mark it as a priority, so that I could mark this as a priority so that it gets finished first, and whatever remains gets dumped into the others. And it could be as simple as just having a single option there for like one thing to prioritize per category, something like this. And there we go. Great, you've gained some experience in marketing. Yes, we have. Okay, we have Facebook ads, Barker ads, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Pictasia ads. You would think that Pictasia, that sounds like some picture stuff. That would be appropriate, but usually it isn't, in my experience. This seems to be a pretty decent bet to start out with. Let's start with Facebook ads. These are also all randomized. Every time you play, they have different levels of importance. And one time I played, actually, what was it? Let's see. Conference sponsorship was the highest, the best sponsorship you could get, and Facebook was like somewhere 5th or something, and what else? SEO and search ads were pretty high up as well. But so this is quite randomized, which makes searching for it interesting. And the more marketing research you do, the more knowledge you gain, but relative knowledge. It then says like, oh, my face ads are better than Barker ads, or rather are better than conference sponsorship if spending less than 40k a month, or something along those lines. That's pretty cool. So you have to piece it together. What is actually the hierarchy of efficiencies and up to what level? It's a fun mini game within the game, trying to optimize your marketing and getting the most signups per month. So what's more is missing? I think we have everything. Now we just need a server and then we can start. So server is here. We have not have load balance yet, so we can only have one server, but that shouldn't matter. Let's put a ninja in here. Launch! Yes, this will be brilliant. Nothing can go wrong. Yes, market research is crucial. Indeed it is. So now we have this listing up here. This is very important. And I have made the point to the developer already that this should be in the main view as well at all times, because it's so damn important. What it tells you is how happy the customers are compared to also the competition of yours with how many features you have. It's just a pure number. So these are 4 features. I can't count. Killrob, these are not 4. These are 3 features with 4 fields each. So 3 features, and with that we are pretty high up there, almost perfect. And we have a rating of in total 12, and that comes from this. Every single feature currently has a rating of 4 because it consists of 4 fields. Pretty simple. As soon as you get some requested features, as soon as you discover them on the map, which you do by this here. Which direction do we want to go in? I think for the first one I want to go in this direction. And I want to set it up such that I have one line below here. This is a little tricky and annoying. This is an annoying mechanic because you have too little information available. That information I want to see is which of these squares are actually going to be uncovered by this area. This is a circular area. Circular area doesn't go well together with a grid that is made out of squares. And that is something you have to fight. But I'm pretty sure that that will be changed in future versions because it's rather obvious, and I've actually gone through and written down all the things I've come up with, and we will discover more things during this Let's Play that should be changed in future. And as I said, the developer seems to be a reasonable guy and has those things on his radar now. Oh, anyway, we have this area on our radar, and that will be uncovered as soon as we get some more. Well, our sales research is pretty bad, so let's remove these and focus all the way on market research. We only need 10 points. What we haven't talked about yet is security and testing. Pretty interesting stuff. So security is guarding your infrastructure against attacks. And security is built like this. You see, you can add fields, and around the centroid of these, there's a circle drawn. So in this case, these 9 fields would be protected against attacks. If we go a little further, now in this case, all of these would be protected against attacks. You can shape it as you want. You can just add to it, and that increases the dev effort, but it also increases the protection radius. So you basically want to be as efficient as possible and only build larger chunks of these. And of course that interferes with optimal layout of other components, but yeah, so that's that. We discard this one. That would be way too expensive with just 4 development. Another thing is testing. Testing has the most awkward shape of anything in this. And you can rotate this, as you see. This is the area. And again, this is ridiculous because you can't tell which squares are going to be affected. Is this one going to be affected? Actually, no, it won't be, because the area overlaps less than half or something like that. So this is super hard to tell. If it was more generous, like every field that is touched is actually being tested, or if it would be gradual, which this game actually calculates with some gradual things, we could have it tested twice from different kind of testing features, then that would also be far less a concern. But this is a hard cutoff, so this plays really awkwardly currently, but the testing is doing such that on your technical features, that's the only place where you can get bugs, these fields will have a much lower chance to have bugs appear in them. We're also going to cancel this because it's not really that relevant to start out with. And I believe for now I'm just content with getting a bit more infrastructure, because our features and our ratings are pretty high. So first, yay, whoa, that's a lot. 31 or, wow. Okay. We have a good start. Our servers, no, our servers are dying already. Fuck me. Okay, we need the big one. 8 gigabytes of storage. Maximum load 18,000. What does this one have? Maximum load 4,000. 1 gigabyte of memory. that's not much. Okay. Do we want to go with this one or this one? It's just 700. Yeah, let's go with this one. I can only place. Yeah, let's remove this one. Servers. Add this. Okay. Yo, my 31 customers, our servers won't be overloaded anymore. 31. Way more than we anticipated. Sorry. We are almost like Blizzard with Diablo 3 at the launch. Oh, what was it? Error 30? Was it error 37? Okay. So, oh yeah, much better. 64 already. That's awesome. These stats, by the way, are moving averages. Or rather, just, yeah, moving average, that's correct. But they are just summing the last 4 weeks, the last 4 sprints. And if you want to have more info, you can go in here. It's still a little confusing, but we have that many visitors. And out of these visitors, 4% are choosing to sign up, which is 64 currently in the past 4 weeks. And the churn is how many people are dropping out of your subscriptions per month. Currently 0. No one has been fed up just yet. We will sure change that. No, yeah. And oh, my face adds. I wonder why this is 100% of our acquisition cake. Maybe because no one else knows about it. Actually, maybe we got lucky with this one, and my face ads are actually pretty efficient to start out with in this version of this randomization of the scenario. Let's check here. This is looking pretty good too. Base users 33, 21 premiums, and 10 on Ultra. Yeah, looks like a decent split. But this is terrible. Oh my. Alright. This is an interesting mechanic too, but not really fleshed out at the moment, because it's really easy to get to an optimal state. Very early on, actually. And the only thing you need is higher levels of network architecture, as you can see. Load balance advanced, you only need this skill at level 6. And then you have advanced load balancing, where you can have synced servers across several regions. And that is, let's see, we see 48% of the traffic we currently receive is coming from South America, and our servers are only in North America, which is the lowest of the regions, so that's pretty terrible. We are incurring a lot of additional server costs because of that. I believe that's the case. Which, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it is a game mechanic, and this game mechanic does make sense, so I'm not complaining about that. But we are almost done with the load balancing, so we can have more than one server, and we will, at these sign-up rates, we will quickly need that. I think to speed things up, we should take a look at candidates. Development, operations, and design. Nah, not my thing. Yay! Load balancing is researched. We don't need it, but let's. Oh, it's automatically switched to that. Yeah, that's good. And yeah, with this setup of our servers and so much traffic coming from outside our region, I actually want this to get up to level 6 as quickly as possible, because this will be incurring a lot of costs as soon as the customer base is growing. So every time you go forward, this changes the candidates to hire change, and we got our first market report. And let's see, the price of our Ultra plan is getting close to where it should be. Oh, that's good, but it's too high. Lower it a bit. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So every time you complete a marketing report, it tells you little tidbits of information that point in the direction, in the correct direction of potential optimizations. And let's see, I think it will say that this one, oh no, probably because this is too high, we have too many in the premium segment. All right, so let's adjust this to 42. That seems like a good number. And now we also got one little tidbit of information about random things in here. You can see this by the little eye over here. And now we see that Barker ads are better than TV ads for any amount you spend. So TV ads are basically out. Oh yeah, right, we need to rebrand too. As soon as you level up, you can level up to level 9. And that gives you a visitor boost with a proper, nice rebranding. Currently we have unlocked level 2 and Killrob Limited. This logo, please. There are of course also different offices, and they require different levels for your operations. And what was it? Ah, now we can. Oh, I almost forgot about this. I need to add this. So first we start adding some office stuff, I would say. Nah, you go there, and we need to. Oh, there we have it. Our first requested feature. Yep. It is in the way slightly though, and ooh. People are starting to become a little worried, and this is not growing appropriately. But now we have more room to expand our software, and yeah, why not add a feature? Or rather, now we have room to actually add some security, and I would propose that we do so generously, so that we can expand a bit more. Right after this. So yeah, this is looking good. I could add a feature over here. This will take a while to develop. Yeah. Oh, it's a little tricky, but I want to have this as large as possible, this area, because I don't want to build much security for all the things. So this means we have one row on top here with features, and then we can have one at the bottom as soon as we have uncovered that territory. Yeah, it's looking good. All right, let's go with this. Maybe even add this. Yeah, why not? This is just 5 extra effort. So we add this to sprint. This is only taking the development focus here though. It doesn't make use of the design. So what I would like to check out is the possible improvements of features you can add. These features can be modified, upgraded, and that increases their rating. And you have a lot of them, and they are also hierarchically ordered, but you don't know which hierarchy it is. This is also completely randomized every time you start. And I would like to add something now that only requires design effort, because I'm pretty occupied already with just building this feature on the technical side, soaking up all our dev work here. So I remove my branding and add accessibility. I guess. But also, I should add another run of the marketing, and it gets progressively more difficult to add them the further down you go. So yeah, let's add this, and we determine another area. How do we want to go about this? I think I want to uncover the lower side of this too. So let me... Do we want to do this in 2 marketing stints or in 3? I think in 2. This, we can make use of this one. So let's start out over here. Oh, one thing that also isn't clear is if the movement within a tile actually matters or not. Yeah, that will be solved completely by actually showing the area that will be uncovered. So this tile, yes, let's uncover it. Yeah, this actually looks like it's centered around this tile. For operations, let's take office supplies. And also, I should check out the candidates because there's one salesperson in here. Sales and marketing. Titus Tunstall. Sounds like an immensely competent person. He's a little snowflake. I don't even know if sensitivity high is good or not. But and what it does. The game doesn't tell you. Attitude, I don't know what that means either. No matter though, we shall hire you. Yep. And there we have an additional desk. And he's going crazy on his keyboard. He's even more into it than Killrob himself. So if we now look here, the qualities of our new hire have been added to our team's strength. So now we are getting 6 points per sprint and for sales and marketing, which should speed this one up a lot, and we will be able to uncover this area pretty quickly. But that is something we are going to do in next episode, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.